great deal of work by our detectives, who started with absolutely zero evidence and zero witnesses. They worked diligently from the day that Melissa Thomas, who was 62, was shot and left for dead in the Circle K parking lot at 540 and Spirit Lake Road on December the 10th at 5 in the morning. That's right. It was about 5:15 in the morning. She was on her way to work at Kohl's and had stopped at the Circle K, like we all stop at convenience stores. As she exited the convenience store, she heard a guy say something about a purse, and then he ran from in front of her car around to the door and shot her, and then ran off. He didn't take her purse. He didn't rob her. All we knew was it was supposed to be a black male, approximately 20 years of age. And from that information and a wonderful group of people in the community, we not only developed a suspect, but our detectives, working literally every day of the week, around the clock, identified Jamari McCray. Here's what we know. Jamari McCray is a pedigreed thug. Look at his arrest record. The overwhelming majority of this record was from when he was a juvenile. He just turned 18. He was bound over once as an adult. Jamari was arrested and charged with burglary and grand theft. He actually sent a letter to the judge begging him, if you'll just give me one more chance, you'll never, ever, ever see me again. I'll do what's right. Well, he got probation. He got probation on October the 25th of 2017. Follow my timeline. October the 25th of 17. On December the 5th, he cut his ankle monitor off. Now keep in mind, this is a guy who just wrote this elaborate letter to the judge telling him how sorry he was. The juvenile justice system taught him how to write a nice apologetic letter that means absolutely nothing. So on 12/5, he cuts his ankle monitor off his leg. And then on December the 10th at 5:15 in the morning, he shoots Melissa Thomas, the 62-year-old lady who was doing nothing more than stopping at a convenience store before she goes to work. We've positively identified him as the shooter. He's very dangerous. He's violent. We have witnesses that said he's talked about shooting people before, or that he wanted to shoot people, or that he was violent. So we know he's got a handgun. We know he's a convicted felon. We know he's in violation of probation. And one of our tips came from the probation officer who says, you know, y'all don't have a picture of the suspect, but that looks a lot like Jamari McCray, who just cut his ankle monitor off. And that's how it started. And then witnesses throughout the community helped us identify him. Here's the message. Jamari, you're going to the county jail for shooting that woman and leaving her for dead in a convenience store parking lot on a cold December morning. Whether you turn yourself in at the county jail, whether we simply chase you until we arrest you, whether or not we have to arrest all of your buds and relatives along the way who hide you. If you hide Jamari McCray, you're going to jail too. If you interfere in the investigation, you're going to jail too. We will leave no stone unturned until Jamari's in jail, where he can't randomly decide that he'll shoot someone else. You choose how you want to go to jail. And for all your buddies, let me tell you buddies something. Let me talk to them clearly right now. Jamari's going to jail whether you call Crime Stoppers and stay anonymous and get a lot of cold cash or not. So do yourself a Christmas favor. Get you some cash for Christmas, and at the same time you get your cash for Christmas, Jamari goes to jail where he can't hurt anyone else. Because after all, Jamari's going to jail whether you get the money or not. So, hey, I think it's a safe bet. You stay totally confidential. You get money. Jamari goes to jail and can't hurt anyone else. Now, here's another word for you, Jamari. When we come to arrest you, don't you dare touch a gun. Don't you dare grab a gun out of your pocket. You need to peaceably give up if you know what's good for you. We're not going to get hurt in the process of putting you in jail. You get it? We talking, Jamari? That's the way it is. Give yourself up. Let's peaceably do this and let the criminal justice system finish working. Any questions?
It sounds like your guys, I've talked to a lot of people on the street, and you're almost implying, and it sounded almost to me like a threat, because you think that they are hiding this guy, that maybe he's not out of the area, maybe that he's there and people are just not saying what they should be saying.
We truly believe that they're hiding him. And he is going to get you arrested if you're hiding him.
Friends and family, or
Friends, families, acquaintances, you know, it doesn't make any difference. But I can tell you this, friends and family, we're going to wake you up every night. We're going to knock on your door every morning, every afternoon. We're going to follow you around. We're going to do everything we can to find out where Jamari is. So, hey, do yourself a favor. Have an early Christmas. Collect your money. Call Crime Stoppers. Be able to be anonymous. Jamari's safely in the county jail. And that's where he needs to be. I'm telling you, this kid's got an arrest history back to 12 years old. He's violent. He's dangerous. And anybody, come on, buddies, Jamari's buddies, anybody that would shoot a 62-year-old lady simply sitting in her car at a convenience store, even respectable thugs don't do stuff like that. Come on, man.
Can we talk about, I mean...
We'll talk about most anything.
She wasn't just, this wasn't just a shooting. She is still in the hospital.
She has undergone at least 2 surgeries that I'm aware of. She is still in the hospital. If not for the grace of God and great medical care, she certainly would have succumbed to these injuries.
where did he shoot her? If it was through the door, is it like her hip area or her chest?
Well, in the event he wants to tell us exactly where he shot her, we're keeping that confidential. But I can tell you he shot her significantly enough. She had to go through at least 2 separate surgeries. She is still in the hospital and will be for the foreseeable future. She had significant injuries, and he shot her and left her to die in that parking lot, except for the wonderful work of our emergency medical personnel and wonderful surgeons at our trauma center.
Do we have his address where he's from?
He is from this area. We have a local address for him, and by the way, it's just down the road here, off of 540 on the north side of the road was one of his last known addresses.
So he didn't even take anything from her.
He took nothing. He just shot her. She heard something about a purse as she was getting in her car. And he came from in front of the car and walked around to the driver's door, and she said, "Are you robbing me?" And pow, he shoots her.
We go back to...
And then he takes nothing and runs off. And then brags about it. All throughout the community. And the community's going, time out. What the heck is wrong with you, man? Shooting a 62-year-old woman for no reason.
Did he talk about any intentions of robbing her?
Have y'all-
He didn't have anything else to do at 5:15 in the morning besides shoot a lady.
18, the probation, that's a separate story, but I have a feeling that's really something that bugs you. From the way you talked before about JV.
Well, this guy's an adult. He had all kinds of opportunities as a juvenile. They finally bound him over as an adult, and they gave him probation again. And they put an ankle monitor on him, and he cut the ankle monitor off. So there's your clue. He has no intention ever of being compliant with the rules or just self-decency about how you treat one another in society. So there's your sign, everybody. The man doesn't learn, and that's right. He's no longer a child, he's a man, and he's facing man charges.
And we've talked to some people, you know, going to get gas. They're still nervous, and obviously this guy you said is armed and dangerous. What would you say to those people just trying to do the same thing this lady was?
I would tell people that as long as he's not in custody, he's capable of shooting again.
Let me go back to the people who are hiding him. What would you say about their moral fiber?
I would clearly indicate to those that may be hiding Jamari that, what if it was your mama that he shot?
I mean, describe their moral fiber. How do you perceive?
Well, I don't know exactly who is hiding him, but if they're hiding him and they know that he shot a 62-year-old lady who was sitting in her car after exiting a Circle K, this is not, you know, a gunfight in the street with a drug dealer. This is not a gunfight over you didn't pay the bill, you owe me money. You know, think about that. What if it was your mama? What if it was your mama that he shot? What would you do? All we want you to do is turn him in. Just be righteous. And by the way, if you're worried about the blowback in the community, call Crime Stoppers. You stay totally anonymous. You get cash. Nobody ever knows that you talk to us. We don't know who you are, and quite frankly, don't care. We just want this dude in jail before he goes off on another tangent and decides, hey, I'll hang out at another convenience store and shoot somebody else.
And the price is up to what?
We offered $2,000 for information leading to the arrest. Now, quite frankly, we know someone in the community that's helped us a lot. They're going to get some cash money, and it's worth $2,000 right now for a simple phone call. $2,000, and all you have to do is make an anonymous call. We take Jamari safely into custody and deposit him in the county jail, and then the community's safe from him. But this is a guy, you got to get the full picture. This is a guy who writes a great apology letter. Judge, all you got to do is give me one more chance. I promise you'll never see me again. And that you let him out on probation. As a result of his probation, he gets out and puts his ankle monitor on 10/25. On 12/5, what's that? 5 weeks? 6 weeks? He's cut his monitor off, and 5 days later, he shoots a 62-year-old lady who is simply shopping at a Circle K and trying to go to work.
So is he kind of on the run? Is there supposed to keep track of him with the ankle monitor on? If it's not on, were they trying to catch him to put on like a violation of probation?
Well, they were already looking for him for violation of probation because look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is your little darlings that DJJ historically has had problems recognizing aren't children making mistakes that are criminal, but this is a criminal thug. Well, now you've had a birthday and you're in the big leagues and you've got a big league penalty coming for you just as soon as we get you through the criminal justice system. Anything else? Is there anything else I can clearly say to relay my disgust about this guy and anyone that would hide him? Those that have done nothing wrong, that just may know him, that aren't in any trouble, when you lay down tonight, ask yourself this: what would I want to happen if it was my mama that he shot? I would want somebody to tell the sheriff's office so that justice could be done and he could be locked up. Treat it like it was your mama that was shot, because it was somebody's mama that was shot. We're going to find him. The bottom line is we're going to find him. You might as well go ahead and make the money off of it. And he won't have a peaceful Christmas. There will not be any silent night for Jamari until we arrest him. Santa Claus is not bringing him any presents. He is going to jail. We'll feed him pressed turkey Christmas night and turkey salad sandwiches on Christmas. That will be a Christmas gift to all of us to see Jamari in jail. Okay? This dude is dangerous, I'm telling you. Thank you very much. Y'all be safe. If I don't see you before, I will. We got some more stuff to tell you tomorrow. You'll like it too. It's not violent like this, but it's very interesting. That's a teaser.